Alright, so I want to do a video tonight on the difference between ports, flash suppressors, and muzzle brakes. These are all things you stick on the end of a gun barrel in order to change how the effective shooting it works. So let's begin first with ports. Ports typically go on pistols, and these are usually competition style pistols. And whenever you fire this, the gases go through the port when the bullet exits, and the gases are forced directly up, typically 90 degrees from the barrel. And the reason for this is when the gas goes up, it forces the barrel down. So normally when you shoot and your gun jumps, it reduces that jump and it allows you to fire faster shot to shot. Again, this is something most people have on pistols, and it's for competition typically. And you can get it done for like your carry pistol or buy one with it. The first gun I ever got was a Glock 19C, which was 19C compensated, and it was ported. The downside is when you fire that at night, it forces the flash directly up right in front of your eyeballs. So it flash blinds you worse than a standard pistol that forces most of the light out the front directly, and the frame of the gun blocks some of the light from your eyes. When it comes right up in front of you, right over the sight you're looking at, you're doing the best job you can of blinding yourself at night with a set of ports. So again, a lot of people like cops and military, they don't use ported weapons. It's only really a competition thing, and usually you have to pay extra for it in most cases to have them installed or cut unless the gun comes with it. And again, it's mainly just for the people who are being timed and have to fire fast. They have to have ports if their rules allow it in that competition. If they don't have ports, they're not going to be able to keep up with the other dudes, or ladies. So anyway, ports force the barrel down. Okay, next, flash suppressors. In the military, when you shoot at enemy and you're shooting at them across the field, if you have a normal just barrel that just ends, all your flash goes straight forward. They see the flash and they go, oh, there's a flash, I'm going to shoot my bullet directly at the flash, which is where your head usually is, behind your gun. So the military figured out that it is better to put a device on the end of the barrel that screws on that will force some of the flash not only out the end of the barrel but up, directly upwards. They don't have it really go down on these birdcage flash hiders. Some are uniform and force it in all directions, but they're really just trying to spread out the flash is their main goal, so that the enemy doesn't have as good a flash to see and shoot at if you're far enough away. So again, flash hider is what it means. It's trying to hide the flash of the gun, the muzzle flash. And it's usually on your ARs and your AKs and your military style or clone weapons. So, okay, so brakes. Let me grab this one first. Okay, this brake right here is on my big heavy bench rest rifle. This rifle weighs twice as much as a normal rifle you would buy for hunting. And the reason for that is it's heavy barreled and very accurate, and you just rest it on a bench and shoot at things a very long way away. But every time I fire it, the gun slides backwards because of recoil. Well, when you put the brake on it, and this one is a uniform brake, meaning it has holes that match on all sides, having those uniform holes makes the gas go in all directions. Instead of directly out and forward, it shifts the gas there. It relieves the gas from pushing on the back of the bullet upon exit of the barrel, and it redirects the gas so that the recoil is less. And this is beneficial because your reset then is less. The gun doesn't slide backwards as much. Hopefully your scope is still relatively on target at that point, so you can look and see where you hit. It makes bench rest shooting that much more pleasant. And again, once you're into a rifle like this for about $2 an upgrade, what's another $200 to throw a brake on it and make it kick you less? It just makes it a lot more pleasant. And again, a lot of the pros like brakes on the end of their rifles, from what I understand. That's kind of the trend these days. Okay, so that's for a competition brake. I really like mine. It was well worth the money I spent on it to make it more pleasant to shoot the long-range rifle there. That's in 7mm mag too, which, even though it's a heavy rifle, doesn't kick that bad. It kicks even less now, so it's quite pleasant. Okay, so this is my big hunting rifle that I'm going to take elk hunting. It's a 375 H&H Magnum. It is the smallest bullet you can hunt an elephant with. So that means it kicks like a bull or a mule. So this has more of the true break in the sense of, you can kind of see me looking through it here. It has holes so that when the bullet exits, it blows most of the gas right and left, or a little bit backwards even. Like the 50 Barrett Cal, it will shoot the gas out at an angle like that. So instead of the gas going straight, forcing the gun backwards, when it shoots out like that, it reduces the recoil significantly. And the reason that you want that on your bigger Magnum rifles is if the rifle is kicking you so hard that your shoulder hurts, that the scope hits you in the head on a regular basis, that your teeth hurt after shooting it because you're being shoved around so much, and you have a headache afterwards. It gets very unpleasant to shoot big guns like this. And I put up with it for a couple of years, but finally I got this brake on it, and now I love taking this thing out to the range. It's so much more pleasant to shoot it now with the brake on it. And again, it's taking the kick off. So instead of 4,000 foot-pounds of energy being transferred, it's only transferring about 3,000 foot-pounds of energy. Okay, 25% reduction. It turns this into a giant Magnum, and it makes it feel more like a 30-06 kicking me, which is a livable amount of recoil for a rifle like this. It doesn't shoot any gas out the bottom. This is the design I picked because if I'm laying down on the ground, I don't want to have a dust cloud whip up. It does push a little gas out the top, but not a whole lot. It wasn't necessary because this gun already pushed backwards. It didn't have a lot of barrel rise with me, so I needed more redirect right and left. Downside to this, it's very, how do I say this? When you go to the range, you should try to sit away from people. And the reason is it's throwing all the gas right and left, and all the noise right and left. So anyone sitting near you is going to get the blast that comes out the end of this rifle, 50% of it kicked in their face this way and 50% kicked that way. It's very unpleasant to stand beside a brake when it goes off. Behind it's fine, but not beside it right or left. It makes it very loud and very uncomfortable, and it blows hot gases on you. And if you're trying to concentrate and shoot, it's damn unnerving to have something go boom, and then you're like, oh, dude. Because the concussion wave travels right and left too. So again, I really only suggest the brakes for the competition rifles and the higher end Magnums that are just beating you like a rented mule. So I hope this was informative and that you got something out of this. A lot of people use these terms interchangeably. They'll talk about ports when they're really talking about brakes or flash hiders. But again, there are differences to each design, and their specific goal is in mind. Reduce the recoil, reduce the muzzle flip, or reduce the flash coming out of the end of the barrel for military combat reasons. So again, I hope you like this video, and I'll try to come up with some more new videos soon.